Rabbits, it's Trixie, and I don't know about you, but when the sky is grey and the sun hides behind dark, heavy rain clouds, I always start feeling a bit depressed. On a warm, sunny summer day, I'm a completely different person, so light deeply affects my mood. The sun is shining, you see glitter patterns on the surface of the nearby lake and tiny fish with sparkling scales under the water. And then in the evening the sun sets, leaving this beautiful orange glow on the sky before it completely vanishes. Time for twinkling stars and shimmering moonlight. But why am I telling you this? To shine, to glitter, to sparkle, to glow, to twinkle, to shimmer. In my previous narration, I tried to use as many verbs related to light as possible. But not only in English, there is such a broad variety of them. German has many verbs like that too, and today I want to cast some light onto them. Leuchten, glitzern, glänzen, funkeln, blinken. What exactly do those mean? Just by using a dictionary, it is pretty hard to understand the difference. So not only will I provide you with information on each of these verbs, I'll also show you real-life examples of light moving in a certain way. Apart from that, sometimes these verbs can be used to describe daily life things and people. Glowing skin, a sparkle in the eye. So we're going to talk about that as well. I really hope that you'll find this video enlightening. Leuchten. Leuchten means to glow or to shine, mainly describing light coming from a specific source, like for example the moon, or more commonly from an artificial source, like a lamp or a flashlight. Ich leuchte mit meiner Taschenlampe. That explains why die Leuchte is another word for die Lampe, the lamp. But Leuchte is also an insult in German. It can be used for a stupid person in an ironic way.
1 und 1 ist 4?
Na, du bist eindeutig keine Leuchte in Mathe. Additionally, you'll often hear leuchten in connection with a person's eyes, mostly used positively. Wow, deine Augen leuchten ja. Wow, you've got very shiny, bright eyes. Ihre Augen leuchten vor Freude. Her eyes are gleaming with joy. Scheinen. Next up, scheinen, which is to shine, but to glow also kinda works, which is why this video is so important. It sometimes refers to moonlight, das Mondlicht or der Mondschein, but mostly to sunlight. Not single beams, but the light in general. Die Sonne scheint. The sun is shining. But especially when you use the noun der Schein, it can also be applied to artificial light. Im Schein der Straßenlaterne, in the light of the street lantern. Be careful with this word though, because scheinen can have many different meanings. For example, to seem. Das scheint ein schwieriges Thema zu sein. This seems to be a difficult topic. And same applies to der Schein, which can also be a bill, a ticket, a certificate, or an illusion. Strahlen. Something else that the sun can do is strahlen. Die Sonne strahlt vom Himmel. Strahlen can be applied whenever you're talking about a beam or a very defined range of light. Ich strahle dich mit meiner Taschenlampe an. A second meaning of strahlen is to smile. Vor Freude strahlen, to beam with joy. This means a person is so happy that his or her face is glowing, surrounded by light. Glänzen. The German word Glänzen comes closest to gleam or to sparkle. It describes a glare of light on a clean, flat surface. Again, glänzen can be used to describe the look of human eyes. Glänzende Augen, radiant eyes. Apart from that, glänzend is also an adjective, meaning brilliant. Eine glänzende Leistung is a brilliant achievement, also known as die Glanzleistung, the glare achievement. In general, glänzen often refers to something clean and neat in German. Glänzende Haut is clean and healthy-looking skin, and glänzendes Haar is shiny hair. And if you visit a friend's place and the flat looks super tiny and clean, you can say, "Wow, deine Wohnung glänzt ja. Wow, your flat is sparkling." For obvious reasons, no one ever said that to me. Glitzern. Glitzern means to twinkle. It describes tiny flickering gleams of light. Let's take this stone, for example. Do you see all the tiny sparks? In German, I would say, der Edelstein glitzert. Or imagine tiny sparkles of light on raindrops, snow, or dew. Funkeln. Very similar to glitzern is funkeln, also meaning to twinkle or to sparkle. Personally, I would say that glitzern describes even tinier gleams of light. They flicker even faster than when you use funkeln. The light also moves, it comes from many different sources, but in general it's a bit slower. Funkeln is mostly used for jewelry or the stars in the night sky. Der Ohrring funkelt. The earring twinkles. Schau mal, wie wunderschön die Sterne funkeln. This is why, for example, the song Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star is translated to Funkel, Funkel, kleiner Stern in German. Schimmern and flimmern. Two other verbs that are really difficult to tell apart are schimmern and flimmern. I mean, they even rhyme. But while schimmern means something like, well, surprise, to shimmer or to gleam, flimmern is more nervous, shaky, ghostly, like white noise or steam in light form. Schimmern is mostly used to describe a subtle light that is somewhat hidden but still visible. Eine Geldmünze schimmert unter dem Wasser. A coin is shimmering under the water. Sonnenlicht schimmert durch die Baumkronen. Sunlight is shimmering through the trees. You can also say der Hoffnungsschimmer, a flicker of hope, which is nice because hope is often hidden as well. You have to open your eyes to find it. Keinen Schimmer haben, on the other hand, means that you don't have a clue. Flimmern, however, is light that is somewhat distorted or disturbed. Imagine that you were watching your favorite show on TV and suddenly your TV breaks. Everything turns black. Then suddenly the show reappears, but only for a split second. It only flickers over the display. That would be flimmern. There's also Hitzeflimmern, which means heat haze. Or what about Kammerflimmern, ventricular fibrillation? A life-threatening, threatening, a very dangerous irregularity in your heart's rhythm. This should give you an idea of what I mean when I say disturbed or distorted. Glühen. Glühen is actually the verb that I would translate to glow with. Imagine a bonfire that has been burning for a long time, but now the flame is gone. The only thing that is left is some wood and coal still red and hot from the fire. This red glow on the remaining pieces of wood is something that I would describe as glühen. It's like smoldering, light in connection with heat. Another word containing glühen is, for example, das Glühwürmchen, the firefly, literally meaning little glowworm in German. You can also say vor Leidenschaft glühen, with blazing passion. Glühende Leidenschaft is blazing passion. It can also be applied to people that have a fever. Sometimes when my poor little daughter has high temperature, I tell her, oh nein, Süße, du glühst ja. The equivalent to the English, you're burning. Glimmen. A very similar verb is glimmen. I would say it means the same, but the glowing is a bit weaker. If you say glimmen talking about a dying fire, you really mean that last little sparkle of the flame. In stories, glimmen is often used to describe cigarettes that light up. That explains why der Glimmstängel, the glow stem, is a slang word for a cigarette. Blitzen. Next up, something quite different. Blitzen, to flash. If I tell you that der Blitz means the lightning in German, you should get an idea of what blitzen could be all about. A quick flash of light. You can also say aufblitzen. Something that suddenly appears and disappears, like out of nowhere. Exactly like a lightning, powerfully emerging from heavy rain clouds. Imagine cameras taking pictures with a flash. If it's many of them, like for example in a press conference, you can call it das Blitzlichtgewitter in German, the flashlight thunderstorm. Blitzen. And here's an interesting thing. If you're caught by a speed camera, this can also be called blitzen in German. Oh nein, ich wurde geblitzt! Blinken. Talking about cars, last but not least, there's blinken. And I say cars because blinken describes an artificial light with intermittent, sometimes signaling gleams, following a certain rhythmic pattern, like for example the indicator of a car does when you want to take a turn. Blinken can also describe light on toys or technical devices. Different from English, blinken does not mean to blink in German. That would be zwinkern. Alright, Rabbits, I really hope this video brought you insight to light and that it lighted up your mood. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. I'm already getting light-headed from all the stupid puns anyway. Do you know more German verbs describing light? What other daily life examples do you have for the ones that I gave you? Are there other terms like Glimmstängel, Glühwürmchen or Hoffnungsschimmer that you can think of? Please share your thoughts in the comments. If you liked this video, please leave a thumbs up because that would make me really happy. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, and here is a video that you should definitely check out as well. Subscribe to Don't Trust the Rabbit for more videos like this, and if you want to support my channel even a bit more, you can also find me on Patreon. Your help would mean so much to me. Now I wish you all a wonderful day with lots of sunlight and happiness. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!